From the time I got a taste of trading, it was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe people make money like this. Our lovely president in the US can just tweet something and something happens at 2 a.m. in the morning and then you're stuck in a position, right? I can just go on my phone, close a trade, $20, done.
You didn't really just make $20, did you?
Yeah.
That's what the buzzing was?
Yeah.
That's someone was calling you.
That was my phone calling me to tell me to take money off.
I love it.
In 2025, when I first got here, my first bed was air mattress from Canadian Tire. So 20 years in the making.
Welcome to the Truth About Real Estate Investing Show. My name is Erwin, and this episode is titled, He Used to Drive for DoorDash, but now he's paid to trade professionally, stocks and options. Before we get to Anderson, earlier this week, Cherry and I attended a fun shop, an event hosted by the not-for-profit entrepreneur group that Cherry and I belong to, called EO, Entrepreneurs Organization. Shout out EO. Yes, this is a fun shop, not a workshop. It was by intention. It was hosted by my new friend, Cameron Madel, founder of Happy Couples Project. And the session was called Balancing Love and Business. Cameron has his master's from the University of Pennsylvania. So for anyone who studied business, that is one of the top business schools in all the world. But he went for applied positive psychology. The idea of the night was simple. How do couples make sure their ambition strengthens their relationships instead of competing with it? For 2 hours, Cherry and I worked through guided exercises on identifying our strengths and values, talking about how we support each other's passions, planning adventures and experiences we want to do together. Interestingly enough, none of this had to do with business or investments or real estate. The whole session focused on the relationship itself. It was also just a fun night. We saw lots of our familiar entrepreneur friends. And once the structured part of the fun shop ended, friends of ours, a couple literally just pulled up a table next to ours for the dinner portion of the evening. We were even so lucky that the facilitator, Cameron, even joined us for dinner and shared some of his own experiences working with couples and his own home life. And then one of Cameron's experience shares actually really stuck with me. One of the suggestions on things to do with your partner was to do a yearly relationship check-in with a couples therapist, the same way you do an annual health checkup with your doctor. Not because something is necessarily wrong, but proactive maintenance beats waiting for problems. Cherry and I didn't even finish all the exercises because many of the adventures we wrote down would probably need to include our kids. We know they'd likely be upset if we did not include them in most of the events. A lot of these things were experiential, challenging. One of them is to run a 5K as a family. So I don't know if they'll be happy about that or not, but we're going to figure it out. So we'll finish the rest of the exercise with them. If people are interested, I'll take a picture of it as well, just to maybe inspire some other people as well. Because honestly, and I think we all know a lot of people who have been through divorce or are going through divorce. And that is a really expensive event in life, and hopefully something people can prevent. Anyways, the bigger takeaway for me was this. Real estate investing can put real pressure on relationships. I know it. I live it. I've seen it happen to many friends and family. And many investors I know self-manage their properties because property management is expensive. Operating costs are rising while rents are falling in this current environment that we're in. Life is already stressful enough. I don't recommend clients add to their stress with a landlord side hustle. Not one that they have to, be a part of and have to commute for. Just this week, I had to deal with an eviction myself. I've talked about this for a while. The tenant, good guy. He's a good guy, but he lost his job during layoffs that are pretty wide going on right now. Again, nothing I'd fault him for, but again, he lost his job. He simply can't afford to rent anymore. What's worse is he's been lying to me about catching up on rent, and he's now unresponsive and when we try to follow up. So we just have to wait to see him at the landlord tenant board at the end of this month. So that's 5 months and counting of missed rent. The legal process, I think it's more than 5 months actually. It's probably getting close to 7 months of rent he owes us. The legal process is dragging as always, and my paralegal fees keep climbing. And that's exactly my point. If real estate is your preferred side hustle, Take it from me. I've been doing this since 2005. Try to keep it landlord friendly as possible and as passive as possible. If you already have a career, family, and a full life, your investment should not compete with it. Hustling harder doesn't necessarily produce better results. Something my clients these days, my newest clients, they're realizing when I share with them how I'm passively investing with leverage in the stock market or investing in landlord friendly USA via share, and they can do the exact same thing I'm doing. They don't have to necessarily sacrifice returns. They don't need to hustle harder. So optimize your investments for both return and passivity so you can spend more time on what actually matters, the people you share your life with. Life is too short to spend sitting like I will be. I'll be sitting on a Zoom call at the landlord-tenant board. At least it's better than going in person, because going in person was honestly a soul-sucking experience. It's really depressing. P.S. Cherry and I are hosting a small clients-only in-person meetup. The email just went out, actually, the day I'm recording this. I saw the email go out to my clients. It'll be a small in-person meetup at our offices in Oakville, and we'll be sharing what we believe is the next best thing for investors beyond traditional local real estate. It's what Cherry and I are investing in. It's what we're recommending to our clients to do. It'll be a casual Saturday morning meetup with a small group to reconnect, talk about where opportunities are headed. We'll give a small market update as well on what's going on with local real estate and what we're personally doing next. Details are already out there. If you're a client of mine and you don't have details, feel free to reach out. On to this week's show. Now, Anderson funded his trading with DoorDash. Now he's a professional trader. He's paid to trade in stocks and options. Anderson's a returning guest for the show. I first met Anderson a long time ago. It's been a while now, well before the pandemic. When we first met, he was interested in investing in real estate, but we all know it takes a bit of a down payment and other capital to invest in real estate. So instead, Anderson actually joined our Stock Hacker Academy, our short-lived stock options and stock education business. Anderson is an immigrant, a chef from Barbados who started from the bottom. He side hustled as a DoorDash delivery driver and then learned to trade at Stock Hacker Academy, and he's taken it to another level. His rule, never trade your own income. So he took extra food delivery shifts and used only that money to trade for his trading of stocks and stock options in his account. To quote Anderson, within your first 2 or 3 years, it's more about honing the skill than making the money, end quote. Fast forward a couple of years, Anderson now gets paid full-time to trade. On the real estate investing side, him and his family own 16 rental apartments in Barbados, and he'll tell you how that's evolved over time. And this is an update on his journey. To connect with Anderson, his email, yes, Anderson shared his email, thetraderdesk@outlook.com. Again, thetraderdesk@outlook.com. Please enjoy the show.
Anderson, welcome to the Truth About Real Estate show. Welcome back to the Truth About Real Estate Investing show. What's keeping you busy these days?
Nice to be here again, Erwin. First of all, I've been dealing with some trading as usual. That's what I've been into recently. I really stepped that game up, and just keeping busy with that and other endeavors like coaching and
that was really short. It's okay. Because I remember when I first met you, I forget why, but we were in the parking lot. Sorry, you came to one of my events, and then we went to the parking lot together, and I saw an incredible your vehicle.
Yeah,
and it was it came out of the show Pimp My Ride with the rap gentleman who hosted the show, the MTV show. Like you had your rims were like the biggest I've ever seen.
yeah.
How big were your rims? Do you remember?
There were 24s.
24. So then the profile, tire profile was nothing.
Yeah, low profile tires.
All right.
Yeah, so it's
a real estate show, so let's quantify some things. How much did those tires and rims cost you? And we're talking pre-COVID, so this is I think this was pre-COVID. Yeah, this was pre-COVID. So this is pre-COVID prices.
Yeah, around about 10 grand.
Oh my God. For 4 tires and 4 rims was $10,000?
Yeah, around that. Well, it was limited edition rims at the time, so.
Okay. What would today's Anderson say to 2019 Anderson about $10,000?
Madness. Complete madness. But I will say this. It's all about what you want. If you work hard for it.
Right.
I still believe in that. I don't believe in shortchanging yourself.
Yeah.
I will never shortchange myself.
Right. But your values have changed.
But yes, as for where money is spent now, or
Yeah.
how I deal with money now,
Yeah.
you mature a bit more, and
Right.
you also grow to that phase. And it's just my time in my life where, like, when you wanted for something before, because for those of you that didn't know or that haven't tuned into the show before, I'm originally from Barbados. So for me growing up and then moving to Canada, it was a big deal. It was a very big deal. And needless to say, it was like culture shock, and culture shock as into the realization of what you could get over here
Hmm.
once you work hard. Because the
Right.
dynamic is not the same back home in Barbados.
Right.
You can work very hard
Right.
and you don't necessarily get rewarded for it.
So let's paint a picture for the folks well, I don't think anyone would know unless they came from where you came from.
Yeah.
Because it was basically a lateral move, right? When you left Barbados, it was the same career, same position, was it
Yeah.
not?
So I moved to Canada with a hotel program that came to Barbados.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Which is really just a recruiting
yeah,
program for a specific hotel chain.
correct. Yes. So they came there, and then we did the whole recruitment process. Funny enough, it was like thousands and thousands of people on the island lining up for their opportunity. And
For how many positions?
100.
100 and thousands of people lined up.
Yeah.
What I'm also trying to draw a parallel to is just the people need to understand that people are still trying to get into Canada.
Agreed.
I know our
100%
immigration numbers
agreed.
are way down right now.
Yeah.
Things are cyclical, but it is generally easier to get into Canada. As much as many people are not happy with the way things are going in our currency is much more stable than
Agreed.
90% of the
agreed.
world. Right?
100% agreed.
Yeah.
And also like the lifestyle here, and again the opportunities that are given here.
Yeah.
Most people can't fathom that back in the Caribbean,
Right.
because it's a small country. The Caribbean is made up of small countries,
Mhm.
and opportunity there is way more scarce than here.
Right.
Right. So for somebody that wants to come into Canada
Mhm.
or get to Canada,
Mhm.
again, it's a stepping stone for them to better themselves, better
Right.
their family, etc.
Right. So how much was the pay bump when you moved to Canada?
In terms of dollar value, I would say compared to the job that I was doing in
Or
Barbados,
percentage is fine, yeah.
I can give dollar value. That's fine.
Okay,
Like, so let's say for argument, it was $2,000 a month I was making there.
Mhm.
I would come here and I would make maybe like $2,500 a month. But the difference is that over there, you're capped. So when I say you're capped, you're like 8 hours of work, go home, that's it.
No other opportunity.
No more. Exactly. You're capped to that because, again, there's somebody else on another shift that is coming in. If you're at one of the top brand name hotels like I was at a hotel called Sandy Lane, which is like one of the top hotels there. And their system is, okay, you come to work, that's it. And then there's a barrage of people that are next in line. Whereas here, hospitality has never been the big thing here.
Okay.
So I personally seen opportunity in that, and a lot of people in the Caribbean, because hospitality is the biggest thing there.
Yeah.
When we came here, we literally seen the opportunity to exploit the system, which is they are willing to give you more hours, or you can help in different departments at the hotel.
Yeah.
And that's how literally people come here with that mindset.
Right. There's way more career opportunity here.
Yeah, agreed.
And what year was that when you moved to Canada?
Oh, geez. 2008?
Oh, gee. And then when did we meet? 2018?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
we met like 2018, 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to the listener, I promise we're getting somewhere. Actually, let's fast forward to today. Like, we were catching up. You're now a professional trader. You are paid to trade the company account.
Yeah.
So someone's paying you. So my understanding was it's called prop trading.
Yeah.
So it's the company account.
Yeah.
You trade it,
Yes.
and you earn a percentage of the returns.
Absolutely. That is
Right.
correct.
So you are a professional now,
Yes.
and you also train people for the company,
Yes.
right?
Yes, I do.
And when we met in 2018, 2019, how
Yeah.
much did you know about trading?
I knew basic stuff. I knew
Okay.
basic stuff. As for compared to what I'm doing now,
Yeah.
night and day. But I knew basic stuff. Buy a stock, hold a stock
Yeah.
forever.
Right. Okay.
So basic. Buy good companies at discount price, dollar cost averaging.
Yeah. So the most basics.
Yeah, just straight bone beer basic investing.
Wow, you come a long way.
Yeah, I like to pride myself on that. Like I had told you in my previous interviews, you do not waste opportunity, or you should not waste opportunity.
Mhm.
Right? I'm just a strong believer of from where I came from, and not to make it sound like I was like, poor and begging, and that would be the wrong picture. But I'm just saying opportunity wise, where I came from on an island where opportunity is scarce, and you get an opportunity to be one of the 100 out of thousands of
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
you have to have a longer term vision. You have to have an understanding of what the opportunity was given to you.
Mhm.
So for me, I never took that for granted.
So what has changed in your values from the gentleman who did spend? Wait. Actually, what would those $10,000 in tire? And that's just one car,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
just one set of rims, one set of tires, one set of rims, 10,000. What is that worth today? If you were to buy that today, double?
Well, it's probably more than that because it was limited.
That's a car.
Yeah, it's probably like if you get the right person. Again, it's if you get the right person, you could fetch a higher dollar value.
Wait. So
Because
you can sell them? Do you still have them?
I still have them.
You can
I
sell
still
them.
have. Yeah, I still have them because they're limited edition rim. Like car enthusiasts and stuff like that will be interested. And again, it's all about the
Please
buyer.
send me a picture to include the show notes so people can understand like how like we were all impressed. I
Yeah.
remember one time we all went for dinner.
Yes.
And then everyone came out and looked at us. We all just stood around your car.
Yeah.
Because it's
It's unique. It's different.
It is something out of TV.
Yeah.
Out of MTV.
Yeah.
So what changed in your mentality from someone to so you do that? Would you make that No.
I probably wouldn't make that purchase now.
Yeah. Even though you
Even though I
make
make
considerably more than you used to, don't
Agreed.
you?
Yeah.
Can you
100%
give a
agree.
percentage?
I would say maybe compared to before, I'm easily making 50-75% more
Right.
than I was making.
Right. And just to reiterate for the listener, you had a chef, you were a catering business.
Yeah, I was a chef, professionally trained chef.
Yeah. And you had your own
And
catering business.
I had my own catering.
And did you do delivery too for that?
Yes, and I used to do DoorDash delivery
Yeah.
back in the day. So
You're hustling.
catering and chef, just straight hustling.
Yeah.
Straight hustling. Like I said, I
No job. This was
all freelance.
yeah,
all
freelance. So it's a bit
all
unstable.
freelance. So that's why I had to do it in the
Yeah.
beginning, right?
Yeah.
I've had a job before. Like I said, the hotel job was a normal job. And then I went on to do Air Canada Center, which is now Scotiabank Arena.
Oh, okay.
So that was my first forte into like after I graduated culinary school. But then, like I said, like I transitioned out of that and started doing my own thing. And that comes with its challenges as an entrepreneur, as
Right.
you guys will know.
But also you're out of home.
Yeah.
Right. And now how many days are you working from home?
I work around 4 days, 4 days, 2 days in the office sometimes. 2 days in the office, 3 days at home.
Okay.
5-day work week.
Did you ever imagine back when we first met?
I don't want to sound like if I'm like pumping up myself, but from the time I got a taste of trading, it was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe people make money like this. Like, again, I know I keep referring back to Barbados, but that's all I can refer back to, where I had to go to work for a week to make what I could make in a couple hours a day. right?
Right.
Like, I just got here and I have already made a decent amount of money for the day already. And I traded this morning from
your
ni-
computer, your phone, or does it
yeah,
matter?
I have a full on trading station,
Yeah.
7 monitors,
Yeah.
full on professional trading station.
Right.
And I trade the markets every day, 9:30 till 4. And then I trade the futures market from around when there's volume. There's something called volume. We'll get into that later. But I'll trade a futures market opens at 6 o'clock. So futures markets goes from 6 o'clock till 5 p.m. the next day. It's open 23 hours. So I also trade futures as well.
Right. Yeah, for the listener, explain volume just so you understand.
Okay, right. So volume is the time of day that big market participants are in the market.
Right.
So the market is not moved by retail traders like me and you.
Yeah.
Us throwing in $1,000 does nothing.
Yeah.
So we have to usually
Speck of dust.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to wait for institutional money most of the time, hedge funds, whales, the big boys to step into the market. There's specific times of the day and there's specific times of the night that they do show up in the market. Right. So for example, it is broken into sessions. Mm-hmm. The market is broken into sessions, mm-hmm. and the biggest session is the New York session at 9:30 till 4. The next biggest session after that is the London session.
London, England.
Yeah, London, England.
So their trading hours?
Yes, correct. Their trading hours. So it's like 3 a.m. in the morning here. Right. And then there's something called crossover, which happens like around 8 o'clock our time to around 9:30 our time. Funny thing is, I used to not understand what it was until I got into professional trading. Yeah. But here's a little hint for anybody that trades or whatever. If you open your trading at 7:59, you will see a spike in your charts around 8 o'clock. Why? I call it the switch on. That's when both markets cross and all the orders start flooding. So that's volume.
So the two major markets are open for business.
Correct. Right. Absolutely.
Okay. Where should we start?
Yeah.
It is a real estate show.
Yeah, it is a real estate show.
Let's talk about real estate Barbados.
For sure.
Let's talk about real estate in Barbados. What's your experience like? Are you adding, subtracting? Tell us.
At the moment, we're in the conversion mode because some of our buildings and apartments we have turned into short-term rentals. So we're doing the Airbnb now as well.
And so these are back home in Barbados.
Yes.
Paint us a picture. These like 3-story.
2-story. Yeah. So 2 stories. 2-story, 3 bedrooms each. Yeah. So it's stacked, and it's 3 bedrooms upstairs, 3 bedrooms downstairs. Some of the buildings are that, and then the other buildings are 2-bedroom upstairs, 2-bedroom downstairs, right. And then 1 bedroom, right. 1 bedroom. So in all, the collection is about 8 buildings.
And then how many apartments?
That would be 16 apartments.
Hospitality does quite well in Barbados, does it not?
Yes, absolutely. But like I said, we mostly have long-term tenants in the majority of them. Mm-hmm. We only converted three of them into short-term, three units. Mm-hmm. So 1 building and then the lower part of another building. Mm-hmm. We converted to Airbnb. We see how that goes.
So it's a test that the family's doing this? And
yes. Right? Yeah. Everything is run with our family corp. So we've got property manager. We've got like people there that help with the landscaping, etc. They will, for the Airbnbs, we've got our in-house, like people that will come in and flip the units, bring the sheets, mm-hmm. all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so everything is like automated. I would be lying if I say get my hands dirty at this stage.
And then what would the rental income be for an Airbnb versus the long term?
We can do in summer when there's like summer, Christmas, those two especially. Summer, Christmas, busy? Easter. Oh yeah.
Isn't it hot?
Yeah, but people come for something called Carnival.
Oh.
So Carnival is like the Toronto, like how they have the Toronto Carnival.
Yeah.
So people come down there for that every year. And
Like internationally.
yeah, international people. Because
okay.
Barbados used to be, especially like Europeans and English people, because Barbados used to be under the rule of the Queen of England. So those people will come there and for Carnival, they will come there for Easter, March break is a given. And then Christmas, everybody wants to be gone for the cold.
Yeah, right. So winter's pretty busy.
Yeah, winter's busy, summer's busy.
Oh, sounds like good business.
Yeah, it's decent business, and then we have our lulls in between, obviously.
Right.
But like I said, I've countered that, and we've countered that with long-term rentals and other business ventures that we have too. Right.
Diversification, love it.
Yes, exactly.
Right. And then what would the room rate be?
So yeah, you're looking at maybe around $300 a night US.
That's not bad.
Yeah, $300 a night US for the 1-bedrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we go up and we step up. So by the time you get to a 3-bedroom, it'll probably cost you like $1,000 US a night.
Okay, that's steep. Because Barbados is not cheap.
Yeah, it's not cheap at all.
Yeah, it's usually among the most expensive in the Caribbean. Is it
Yeah,
not?
yeah, we're one of the what they call crown jewels, but it's just price wise we're higher in price compared to other countries.
Right. It's been a long time since I researched like where to go in the Caribbean, but I think it's largely because the beaches are considered
correct. It's the beaches and the hospitality and the level of safety as well, right? Because Barbados is also a hub, a very, very, very dense business hub, right? So hospitality is there, yes.
Yeah.
But now there's been a pivot, or there has been a pivot since COVID. Because the hospitality industry obviously every hospitality industry and a lot of other business took a hit during COVID. But they pivoted and they started to do what we call short-term like work visas.
Yeah.
And then from there, they found that, okay, that business model works nicely. And our government is very open to foreign workers as long as you come respect our island. So you can come down there on a work visa, 6 months, work from there if you can work remotely. A lot of digital nomads is what they're called.
Right.
Digital nomads will come there. And that works nicely for me because then obviously I'll get a long-term Airbnb rental. Right. And that's what made me come
furnished, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what made me come up with the idea and pitch it to the family as well. And was like, oh, let's think about doing this.
Right. But before we were recording, most of your focus on trading, not so much on growing the portfolio or doing anything different.
No, I'm a pretty boring investor, to be honest. Like slow and steady. I believe in, my concept is fast-paced money. Get it out the market as quick as possible, and then park it in somewhere safe. Whether that be real estate, buying land, dividend portfolio,
boring stock.
Yeah, because you have to understand that just as quick as you make that money, it can go. So if you're not disciplined and have a strategic plan as into how you're going to manage that money, then stuff becomes real uncomfortable real quick because people will get hooked on the thrill of trading and they don't understand how difficult it is to actually fully understand it.
All right, let's start with the boring stuff.
Yeah.
Well, before we were recording, I asked you what are your buy and hold stocks? Can you share?
So for sure.
And this is not advice.
Not financial
Good Lord,
advice at all.
This is not advice.
This is two friends talking, not financial advice at all. Neither myself or Erwin are financial advisors, so take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah, and no financial advisor would recommend picking single stocks.
Exactly, they're more into.
So this is a bad idea.
Stuff. Yes, exactly.
Right.
Horrible idea.
Horrible
idea. You're looking at two guys and a guy in a hat saying options trader. So let's clear that up. Okay, so I'm into like Mag 7 stocks, so Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Nvidia, Palantir. Those are the 5 base in my tech stack.
Yeah.
And then I go with health stack, which is Johnson & Johnson, Eli Lilly, United
Ancient
Health.
companies. Yeah. Oh yeah, you've been buying United?
Yeah.
I've been eyeing it.
UNH, I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's on sale. But yeah,
That's not advice though.
not advice at all, but my opinion is on sale. So
Well, Buffett bought it.
correct.
Yeah.
If Warren's buying it,
Yeah.
he's smarter than all of us.
I wonder if
But-
he's buying it again after the
Yeah.
more recent dip.
Correct. Absolutely. And my thing is, okay, I go with what I think will last for about 5-10 years. I'm not investing for today
Mhm.
at all.
Mhm.
Right? So when people see a quote unquote crash, everybody's freaking out about a crash that happened last week. It's been all over the news. It's been everywhere. And if you don't follow financial news, good for you, because you didn't have to deal with hearing the repetitive negative story.
Mhm.
However, a crash, once you have capital and a crash that happens and you know that there are long-term tested companies, there's no problem gathering up in your portfolio. And then I have like a few Canadian companies, Enbridge, TD, Royal Bank, those kind of companies.
Boring.
Yeah,
Dividends.
again, boring dividend stocks.
Yeah.
Boring dividend stocks. And the funny thing is I can turn any stock into a dividend stock, literally. So for me, it doesn't make a difference if it's actually a dividend stock.
Right. Do you mean like selling covered calls?
Yeah, covered calls.
Okay.
Covers calls. Yeah. Covered calls on regular stock.
Right. So anyone who wants to geek out, you can literally
Yeah.
just search on YouTube, covered calls.
Yeah, exactly.
And then could you share like your percentage allocation between like tech and boring?
Yeah, so I'm about 40% tech, and then
Right.
60% the rest of it.
And did the tech grow its way to 40? Was it like originally like 20?
Yeah,
it
because
grew its way to 40?
yeah, I started out with like 25%. So I was 25%, 25%, 25% basic portfolio, balanced portfolio.
Yeah, yeah. For your tolerances.
yeah.
For you.
Correct. Yeah. So pretty balanced portfolio for me, where I just looked at like sectors. So just to roll it back just a little bit,
Mhm.
I didn't start out buying individual stocks, nor do I recommend it for anybody. I started out with ETFs,
Mhm.
and then from there, you just dig a little bit deeper under the hood. You can go into each ETF and see their top 10 holdings, and then as your capital grows and as you get more into it,
Yeah, more experience.
and more experience, then you can now look to pick up those companies.
Mhm. Mhm.
But again, these are long-term holds. These are stuff that, I plan to hand off to my kids, never sell, or let me rephrase that. I shouldn't say never sell, because I've sold and rebought, but I understand that dynamic.
I was actually chatting with a friend who he's a lot older than I am.
Yeah.
So he was actually handling some of the early Apple equipment.
Well,
Yeah. So he was actually brought in to test it.
yeah.
And so he no fair insider. No fair. So yeah. But then I kicked myself, like after my first iPhone, I should have just bought the shares. Like, I don't think I ever want to get off this thing.
Yeah, it was a slam dunk. It was a slam dunk, man, to
I
be
would have made
honest.
some good money if I
Yeah,
just
bro.
bought Apple
It
shares.
was a slam dunk, man. It was a slam. But hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah, in Costco, like
Yeah. Costco, yeah. Walmart. I love Walmart.
I'm a more consumer of Costco.
Walmart is my thing, man. Cheaper than Costco.
Yes, it is.
The stock price.
You don't have kids yet. When you get kids, then we'll
Yeah,
talk.
exactly. I'm talking strictly from a charting price perspective.
Right.
As for consumers, Costco all day. But again, you create an atmosphere where it's bulk shopping, and let's get real. We are not going there for bulk shop. We're going there for the hot dogs. The $1.50 hot dogs.
All right, let's talk about. So we talked about boring.
Yep.
Now what's the next level up from boring in your
Okay. The next
investing
level
life?
up from boring buy and hold would be trading actual stock equity. It's a little step up where now you get into the day trading dynamic.
Right. Sorry, is that what you do?
Of shares? Yeah, I
trade shares?
Yeah, I trade
Okay.
shares and options as well.
Okay.
So I trade shares, options, and options futures. But for let's go step by step. So you usually start with shares, and that's just straight buy and sell X amount of shares in and out of a company within the day. It's intraday trading, because the term is that you need to be flat by the end of the day. So we can't buy shares today and hold it for a week or hold it overnight.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
the
allowed.
reasoning for that, just for the listeners' benefit?
The reasoning for it is because we're on a prop floor and at a prop firm, you need to be flat at the end of the day so that your funds can be settled, because we don't want overnight risk exposure. Right? Because our lovely president in the US can just tweet something and something happens at 2 a.m. in the morning.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Correct.
Right.
And then you're stuck in a position, right? So
this allows everybody to sleep at night.
Agreed. Yeah.
Right?
Not only that, but you trade based off of reaction more than fundamentals when you day trade and when you intraday trade. Everything is news headlines. Everything is what's happening right now, this very minute, because you're making very, very quick calculated decisions as into how that equity will move.
Okay, let me just take a step back. How is this different than like the days when you were just trading on your phone?
Right. Okay. So you can't do. I will never recommend anybody do it from their phone. You can't. That's the first thing. Just the logistics of it all. You can't do it from your phone.
No. Sorry, I more meant the strategies you were doing back then.
Yeah. So the strategies that I was doing on my phone is more swing trading, right? Day trading from your phone, not recommended, or even because the data that is given on your phone is not, it's not fair to you as a retail trader. So you're probably not going to come out on the winning side of that. So,
sorry, can you define for the listener what a swing trade is?
Yeah. So a swing trade is when you hold a trade overnight. Yeah. And that can be held anywhere from overnight to around 3 months. And then you go for something called an extended swing trade, which is 3 months to around 6 months, 8 months. And then you go for something called a leaps trade, which is 8 months or more, could be right out to 2 years.
So trading was much less time sensitive your early days.
Yes.
And that's probably more appropriate for a retail, for someone.
Correct. Yeah. It's recommended for like people with jobs and people that are doing it on a casual to intermediate level.
Yeah. Because you would just trade the morning couple, like half hour, and then go on to the day.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And that's recommended. Why? Because if you sit and watch the charts every minute and you're not trained to do it, your emotional and mental bandwidth is toast after about, to be honest with you, you'll be done and exhausted in about half an hour.
That's not very a good day.
Exactly. And the whole point of it is most people want to trade because, let's face facts, they have the idea of quote unquote buying back their time, right? Most people don't come to trading saying, I love trading.
Yeah, I want to sit there all day in front of a screen.
Correct. They don't come to trading with that. They come to trading with, I want to make some extra money to help my family or to have extra money for a bill. Because that's how I started. That's where I started. I started out with that mentality of, again, like I said, I did not have that opportunity. Now there is, but back in the day, there was very limited access to even stock markets. So when I got here, like I said, I got my citizenship and everything, and okay, you get the car, and I was like, oh, I'm allowed to open a brokerage here. And then I did that, and I was like, okay, cool. The minute I got that, I understood, okay, I approached it, and again, this is just my way of approaching stuff. I approached it from the idea of, if I can replace 1 day of work in a month, and I started out with a month, nothing crazy. If I can replace 1 day of work in a month, then technically 2 things are happening. Either you don't have to work that 1 day, or 2, you're actually cloning yourself. You're 2 places at once. And that was fascinating to me.
Now, how would you explain this to like a new coaching student, for example, what you do? And also what they will be doing? And assume they want to be like we discussed, like your early days. Like half an hour in the morning, half an hour at the close of the market.
Yeah.
Right. So like it's an hour investment of time.
Yeah.
A day.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So how would you explain what you do to that person who wants to do that?
So first of all, I'll tell them that it's what we're discussing. It's called options trading. So that is not your typical buy and hold. That is not your typical go buy a stock.
Yeah. This is a couple levels up.
It's about 2 levels up.
Okay.
It's not that crazy because, again, I want this to be attainable for people, right? And that's where my next, like, my idea came along for the Trader Desk, which is my trading company. So it's just basic introduction to option trading, and I teach them 6 strategies, and it's nothing too crazy and overwhelming. Where literally, like you said, you can put on a trade in the morning,
Yeah.
go to work,
Yeah.
literally check your phone, and it's about percentages more than it is about money. The money will add up, obviously, with more capital you have. But the market and trading is based off of percentages. So anyway, the long story short is I teach them 6 basic strategies, and they learn how to trade options. And with that, you can replace, like I said, 1 day of work, 2 days of work, and it slowly builds up over time. Like, I did DoorDash to fund my trading account. Why? Because you still have your life bills and your everything else going on in your life. So for me, I was like, I don't want to take my income.
Yeah. You don't want to take your rent money.
And correct. It's crazy to me that people actually do that.
Oh,
but
God.
It's crazy to me. But like, I have told myself, okay, if I am going to do this, it has to be, I recommend it, and I will always recommend it, that you come to trading with what I call disposable income.
Yeah. Money you're willing to lose.
Yes.
No different than you're willing to sit down at the blackjack or the roulette
Correct.
table.
Exactly. And for me at the time, like I said, I was not about obviously using my hard-earned money, and I went and did DoorDash every single day. Every single day. Winter, summer, whatever. For other people, and like I said, my demographic is regular, everyday people that work and have kids and go to work maybe a 9 till 5 or whatever, 2 till 10. That kind of person that says, hey, all I want to do is be able to take my kid on vacation. All I want to do is be able to buy some extra groceries. Because the reality of it is, and you can grow into it, but the reality of it is within your first little bit of trading, couple years, maybe 2-3 years, it's more about honing the skill rather than making the money.
So in Stock Hacker Academy, we taught the first step was how to sell a naked put,
Yes.
right? In terms of strategy.
Yeah.
Is that the same for your students?
No, not at all.
Oh, what's the first?
Not at all. It's nothing against Stock Hacker Academy, but selling a naked put requires a whole bunch of capital on the back end, because if you get assigned,
stocks were a lot cheaper back then.
Yeah.
Remember when AMD was like $50?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Back in the day.
What's it now? Like $275?
Yeah. Just
different times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it
that's
worked
why
for those days.
Correct. And that's why the strategy has to change, right?
Yes.
But I won't recommend that. I recommend it's called option spreads.
Yeah.
Where you have your limited downside risk. You know how much money that you're going to make up front. And win or lose on the trade, you know how much you're going to lose. You know how much you're going to up front. And that's pretty decent way of starting out. Then you graduate to buying and selling puts and calls. The reason for that as well is that is a limited risk approach. So to make the listener understand, it's literally, if I say I only want to spend $50 on this, I'll put it in stock terms and then I'll put it in option terms. If I want to spend $50, I have $50 in my pocket, and I'm willing to say, you know what, I will open this window and I don't care if that $50 is gone. Then there is something called an options chain, where you can go and buy $50 worth of an option to control something for a short while. But your downside risk is capped because it only is the maximum amount of money that you've bought that contract for. Whereas with naked puts, It's a whole bunch of capital up front. It's assignment if you get assigned. It's we're selling options contracts, which is, in my opinion, way more capital and way more. I don't want to use the term dangerous. Sorry about that. I don't want to use the term dangerous, but
It's way more risk.
it's way more risk because
You
that has
you haven't
no
defined your downside.
that has no downside
protection.
at all.
Isn't that fun? I don't know if you know, but back in the early days, like we got into arguments with other people about
Yep.
who they would the naked put was the strategy they're willing to die by.
Yep. And
And they thought like the
crazy.
spread was blasphemy.
Yeah. And in all reality,
And now you're a professional.
correct. And in all reality, they that's their flavor. If they want to do that, that's fine. Every investor is different.
Yeah.
But the actual truth of the matter is what investor wants no without limited downside risk.
Yeah.
If you go buy real estate, you're not going to go buy a piece of real estate and not know how much that is going to cost you.
And that's why we started Lee Lowell. Right?
Correct.
We went back to the Godfather.
Yeah,
of options.
exactly.
Right.
And he is an option seller. He loves it, and I will never say that it's not a good strategy because he's made it work for him, and he taught me, like I said, he taught all of us, and I'm grateful for him teaching us that. But like you said, where you go further and further down the rabbit hole and you start to explore other strategies that are more what I say is budget friendly. Because I don't want that, let's say, again, the demographic that I'm looking at, I don't want somebody that has now worked for, let's say, an extra 2 weeks to go put their money in the market.
Yeah.
And as you know, and some of us have known, when it goes against you, it is gone like that.
Yeah.
And it's painful. So I rather them put in the 2 weeks of work, have their money, and go put it in the market or whatever, and understand that, hey, yeah, if I put this in, this is the amount of money I'm going to lose. And you can actually budget out for it, which is what people don't understand. You can. I literally budgeted out in the beginning how much money I was going to make or lose in the market and how much hours of DoorDash I would have to do to fund that.
So you calculated risk.
Yeah, from the beginning.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
And I think all strategies really depends on so many things. What's your bankroll?
Yeah.
What's your risk tolerance? What's your time horizon?
Correct.
So it really is a custom solution.
Yeah, because I tell people that you can start, in all reality, you can start trading with as little as $1,000.
But the number's gone down.
Yeah.
Stocks have gone up though.
Yeah. But the strategies that are taught, you can trade with $1,000, or you can trade with $10 million.
Right.
Strategy doesn't change.
Could you give like an entry level example you'd have one of your students do?
Yeah. So, for example, market dropped last week. The market sold off last week. You can do, okay, let's use, everybody talks about Bitcoin and everybody thinks that they love Bitcoin and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Bitcoin sold off.
Everybody.
Well,
not today.
Well, not today.
After yesterday's
But when it
sell-off.
was running hot, literally, the funny part is, little side joke, like, I had somebody walk up to me in no frills because, like, as you can see, like, I wear, like, custom, like, trading stuff. This is like Wall Street looks like us.
For the listeners, Anderson's shirt says Wall Street looks like us now.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have to explain what that means now. What does that mean?
So Wall Street looks like us now means that you do not have to think of yourself as a person in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about this from the aspect of, oh my God, I have to be a hedge fund manager, or oh my gosh, I can never do this.
And work on Wall Street.
Yeah. Like literally, I
Like
don't
Lee
have to
Lowell
work.
used to.
Yeah. And that's fine. And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Right. But
also Leo Lowell today literally works in his living room.
correct. He's chilling in his house trading still. So
wearing whatever he wants.
yeah, and that's the cool part, right? Because back in the day, again, especially in Lilo's days, he's the godfather of stocks.
Yeah.
They did not have the technology to do it from home.
Right. Literally
Now-
a floor trader.
Now, I can just go on my phone, close a trade,
Yeah.
$20.
Yeah.
Done.
You didn't really just make $20, did you?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's what the buzzing was?
Yeah.
That's someone was calling you.
Yeah. That was my phone calling me to tell me to take money off.
I love it.
Because I have software on the background that when the stock hits a certain price, it will call my phone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You just made $20 just.
Well, I made more than $20, but per contract it was $20.
Okay, you can tell me after how many contracts.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Yeah. Let's just say it's a nice lunch. It's a nice dinner out for me and my wife tonight.
Oh, so
nice-
is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah. Well, I just made dinner for her in the market by sitting
Yeah.
here, while sitting here.
Right.
A nice keg. So that gives you an idea of what is possible.
Right. And that's what this is about.
Correct.
Right.
Absolutely correct.
Some play money.
Yeah.
But it's also your living now.
Yeah. And I don't. Here's the thing. I don't say it to be sounding like if it's like that easy, because somebody might be sitting there.
You busted your ass.
Correct.
If anyone doesn't believe, like, understand,
Yeah.
like, please go back to the previous episode where Anderson was on
Yeah.
here when he was still driving.
Yeah.
You were still doing
DoorDash,
DoorDash.
yeah.
You were trading on your phone,
Correct.
right? So
While doing while being parked
Right.
at McDonald's. I can't remember if I showed you that pic, but I'll send it to you. But I used to have 2 to 3 phones with charts in the car with the magnet. You know, you put your phone on the mag, and I would be in McDonald's sitting waiting on orders, but I'm studying.
Yeah. This didn't happen overnight.
No, this is years in the making.
Right.
Right. But the point is that literally, like how I just sat here while talking to you and closed out a trade
Mhm.
that I opened yesterday. So when I was talking about the Bitcoin just now, Bitcoin dropped yesterday,
Big time.
below 60,000.
That's crazy.
Bitcoin today is above 70,000.
Oh, nice.
So to give context to that, there are ETFs and various stocks. Not a recommendation. Once again, this is not financial advice.
Bitcoin ain't real money.
and this is not
I probably just
financial
made a
advice.
bunch of enemies saying that.
Yeah, and this is not a stock pick, or this is not telling you to go do it.
Yeah. I love
But-
Bitcoin, by the way. I'm
Yes.
just making jokes here.
But there's ETFs that track Bitcoin. There's one called BNMR, IBIT,
Yeah.
and
I have too much of that right now.
at the end of the day, IBIT, that was the contract that I closed. I had multiple contracts on IBIT.
Right.
And how contracts work is that you just need a certain amount of movement in the underlying for it to print you money. Right?
So you just need you need Bitcoin to move a certain direction for you to make money.
Correct. Yes,
Right.
because IBIT tracks Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's movement.
For the listeners' benefit, IBIT is BlackRock's
Yeah.
version of Bitcoin.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's the ETF it's what I call the poor man's Bitcoin. And I use it as that term because I don't know about your listeners, but the people that I know, even with the Bitcoin crash, you're not spending 60,000 to buy one Bitcoin. Furthermore, 125 is where it was yesterday, a couple of weeks ago, because it dropped 50% yesterday. And that's what made me do my technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and put the trade on with limited risk. So again, to give context, I risked about $200 to make triple that minimum.
Okay, again, folks, I'm gonna ask Anderson some more questions on how he got here.
Yeah.
And now, when you joined your firm,
Yeah.
What was the onboarding process like? How long until they considered you ready to
Right.
trade their money?
Okay, so from start to finish, it's
Yeah.
about let's say about a year and a half
Right.
or
So
so.
a year and a half of training and them like watching you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Because you go through testing first, you go through like the fundamentals of the stock market, boring stuff, sorry. Boring stuff.
We swear on this show.
Yeah, okay. Boring stuff where if it's not what you want to do, you're going to be, because they weed people out. That's the whole point.
Year and a half. Oh, weed people out.
Yeah. They weed
this ain't
people out.
overnight. This
Correct.
ain't.
And you don't make a cent until you actually become a trader.
Wow. Wait.
You do not make
so
a cent.
Excuse me. So you went a year and a half without taking any income from them?
Yeah, correct.
Holy cow. Quite the investment.
Yeah, because you only become a paid trader.
I think a whole bunch of people just tuned out now.
Correct, yeah, exactly. And that's good because why? I don't want people to not listen, but I want people to understand that it is a process.
Wow.
Right? It's a process. Some people can do it quicker, but they want people to understand risk management.
Yeah.
So,
which most people don't.
Correct. Right? And if it is that you do want to do it for a career, let's get the listeners back now. If it is that you do want to do it as a career, I recommend you do it as alongside of your regular job for now, at least.
Right.
For now.
Well, how many hours a day did you have to spend in training?
It's 2 to 4 hours a day.
Okay.
So it's school. It's like school.
Right.
It's literally like school. So just like how you will go to college and you go to college and you do a course and you do you go to the campus.
Yeah. Or like a part-time MBA.
Yeah. And you go to and do 4 hours at the school and then you go about your business or even night school. Yeah. Anything like that. Yeah. That kind of combination.
Yeah. So no 4-hour work week here.
Yeah. It's no 4 hours.
Not to get prepared.
Yeah,
professional.
And so they put you through a rigorous training program where you learn fundamentals, technical analysis, market analysis.
Right. And well beyond what you were already familiar with.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Because you have to understand.
Because you were pretty good before you joined them, weren't you?
I was, but it was more of they taught me different markets to trade. Let's put it that way. How to trade different markets. Like I was not a futures trader until I been with them, right? But the concept of futures trading is still steeped in technical analysis, fundamentals, and understanding what is going on in the world, right? Because the stock market is driven by what is happening in the world literally every second, right? But you have to understand how to put that together. You have to understand risk management. Like I said, I keep going back to that because literally they will harp you to get that through your head. And if you are not following risk protocol, this job not for you. And that's where I say at that level and at this level, it is not for everybody. However, I will say that what Lilo has taught us, what I do now with my coaching, everybody can do that because it is less time consuming and less mentally taxing and literally less financial output to do it.
So what we're saying is we're separating professional from what the everyday investor can
Exactly.
do. Yeah.
Exactly.
And the everyday investor who can invest half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening, can do what you do.
Exactly.
Right. A version of what you do.
Yeah. No, they can.
Because you still do that.
Yeah.
You still trade your own account.
Yeah. I literally just did that.
Right.
That's what I closed out.
Yeah.
Because you can't
You're a tough guess because you have so many things going on.
Yeah.
But we have to separate
each
separate Anderson's day job.
Yeah.
But you can trade your own account during your day job.
Correct. Exactly. And to give the listeners and the people on the YouTube perspective, I am not trading my day job right now. Obviously, I'm sitting here.
Yeah, you're flat.
My day was done at around 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Right. Think of all the money leaving on the table.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's the whole point as well. Here's the funny part. And it's funny you say that. They teach you how to understand when enough is enough.
Oh. I don't think anyone knows the answer to that question.
They teach you that. Because here's the thing. You don't want to be in a trade where now you are emotionally attached. Let's just put it that way. The minute that you find yourself getting emotionally attached, that's enough is enough. Because at a professional level as well, you are not trading emotion. You're trading charts. You're trading statistics. You're trading, it's completely different, right?
The mechanical.
Yeah, it's repetitive steps. Because here's what I will tell somebody. You might not think that you can make the world of money on a 25-cent or 50-cent move in the stock market. Why? Because you're not trading with the capital that when it makes that move, you can actually make meaningful money, right? But to give somebody an idea, my trade today, the stock moved $3. And that was a perfectly fine day for me.
Yeah, it's a $30 stock. That's 10% move. That's a big move.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but doing it as a retail trader, getting back to now kind of more what everybody can do.
Yeah.
Doing it as a retail trader, it is not that hard like people think.
So Anderson, you train professionally now too with your work.
Yeah.
So you now train people that were like you like 2 years ago.
Correct. Yes, absolutely.
So and you offer private coaching as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where can people learn about that?
So you can email me at thetraderdesk@outlook.com and just leave your name, telephone number, kind of get back to you because it's the nice part about it is it's a one-on-one coaching sessions, right? Everybody learns at their different pace, right? Everybody's minds work different. So what might make sense to you might not make sense to the other person. And it's the same outcome, but I can word it differently for to make sense for you. And that's why
a $1,000 portfolio is different than $1 million portfolio.
The funny thing is no. The mechanics are still the same. You would think that, right? You would think that. Yeah. But the mechanics and the core of it, of the strategies that you're taught, is still the same. The difference
I think more thinking about the psychology of what you're willing to lose.
But here's the thing. Agreed. And that's what, as for losses, I will go as far as saying that's the same too. Because somebody trading $1 million portfolio with a, let's say, 2% appetite for loss is the same as somebody trading $1,000, their last $1,000. It might as well be $1 million for them.
Right.
That perspective is where I'm coming from. Not the dollar value, right, obviously, but
the guy with $1 million loses 2% and he cries at night. I think he's got other problems.
Agreed. Right. But the trade setup, and that's where I'm coming from. The trade setup and the structure of the trade and the risk parameter and the risk appetite. Yeah, it will grow and decrease as your account grows and decrease, but the actual strategy is still the same. You can trade for example, you can trade a iron condor, and I can trade an iron condor. You trade it with 500, I trade it with 1,000. Still an iron condor. That's where I'm coming from.
Right.
The difference comes with you doing more contracts. Because that's the cool part about this.
That's the cool part. It's so scalable.
Scalable. Yeah. So scalable.
It's just a button.
Yeah. It's just literally poof.
Yeah.
Literally.
Can you tell us how has your lifestyle changed? For example, you shared with me you traveled somewhere very nice.
Yeah.
I'll let you share what you want to share. But how has your lifestyle changed with all these like the changes in your career?
Funny enough, it's changed and it's gotten more slower. When I say slower, as in,
well, you were busting your ass before.
Correct. That's what. Yeah, exactly.
Cook.
Yep.
Package. Deliver.
Correct.
DoorDash.
Yeah. So my lifestyle is not as hectic as it used to be. So for me, I take that quality time now. Again, this is about buying back your time, and I pour that free time into my students that I have, and I pour it into my close friends and family. And I most definitely give a lot of my time back to my wife, who has allowed me to be on this journey. because
Year and a half?
yeah,
4 hours a day?
yeah,
Plus work.
plus work. Exactly. Exactly. For us, for you that are not married, good for you. But for us that are married,
Yeah.
you understand that's a
Yeah,
commitment.
you stayed married.
Yeah,
Good on you.
exactly. And because of that, she deserves that. Yes.
Oh, she's going for dinner tonight.
Yeah, she deserves that. She deserves a nice time out.
Yeah.
She deserves a nice vacation.
Yeah.
Because the funny part is, you see me here now, and this is 2026. And in 2024, 2025, when I first got here, my first bed was an air mattress from Canadian Tire. Right? So 20 years in the making. And she was there from day one.
Yeah.
Well, quote unquote, day one. And she's seen me through the ups and downs. She's seen me through, the highs and lows. She's seen me through sticking by me when I wanted to give up. Because the journey to becoming a professional trader is not as glamorous as people think. The Instagram and all that stuff that you guys think that it is, Ferraris and penthouses and all that. Yes, I'm not going to lie. You could achieve that. But the reality of a real trader on a real trading floor is a family guy who wants to take care of his family and makes decent money
Mm-hmm.
and can do it from the stock market.
And so was a hoodie.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Wall Street looks like us now.
Yeah.
Right. And this is what I live and breathe by, because I want people to understand that no longer is it a closed door environment. No longer do you have to be. Okay. I'll put it this way. When I used to think about Wall Street, I used to think about a bunch of old guys at a boardroom table with computers in a room that is closed off,
Yeah.
and you can't even get in the building.
Right. In a skyscraper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Downtown
Gorgeous
Toronto,
view.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just trading money and trading big money, and you could never. I never would have think that, okay, quote unquote, I'm in the room, but I'm not in the room as I visioned, right? And that's the cool
Yeah,
part
you're at the
about it.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the cool part about it,
Yeah.
right? It's amazing what dedication, hard work, and just having a dream.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds a little bit cheesy, but everything actually starts with a dream and a vision. You've built a real estate empire. You've branched off into the US. I'm pretty sure at some point in that journey, you sat down and you visioned yourself going, okay, maybe I want to own a house. Maybe I want to own 2 houses. Maybe I want to own a building. And then you build it slowly and slowly and slowly because that was your interest. And then you've pivoted to the US now because you're an intelligent guy. And we understand that the Canadian market is being squeezed and there's no real profit here anymore. You'd be lucky to break even on your deals, no cash flow. So you made that pivot, but you didn't make that pivot blind. I'm pretty sure you said, let me do the numbers. Let me vision what this looks like. I follow you on online as well. I seen you fly over to those. You went to the US. You didn't say, here, take my money,
Yeah.
but you vision doing that. It's the same thing as this. I vision doing this, but I vision doing it from a point of view where it was like, this is going to be my outlet or my way out of 16 hours a day. I don't know about anybody else. I can only say my story. I used to work 16 hours a day, 17 hours a day, 2 jobs,
Right.
nonstop. And that's why I said, luckily for me, I've got Marie who has stood by me through that and understood the bigger vision.
How much happier are you?
Tons.
Not
I can't-
measurable.
It's not measurable.
Way higher than more money you make.
Yep. Because I get to do, literally, my job is not a job. It's not a job. My job is not a job for me. I eat, sleep, breathe the markets. I can have a conversation for the whole entire day about them.
Mhm.
I can have a conversation about how you can get into it, how you should get into it.
Mhm.
It's my passion, right? So when I show up to my desk or I show up to the office, it's not a job for me. And professional traders, they don't see it as a job either, because it takes way more than, yeah, I'm coming to work for a paycheck to be
Yeah.
at that level.
Yeah, I think Lilo's enjoying himself every
Co-
day.
of course,
Same with
Lilo.
Derek Foster. I owe Derek a call
yeah.
too.
And Lilo has been enjoying himself for, don't say today, Lilo has been enjoying himself for better part of what, decades?
Yeah.
And
He's been sitting in that same seat for I don't know how many
Thank you.
like more decades.
And to me,
in his dining table.
yeah, and to me that's so cool.
Yeah.
Because how is it that you can wake up, in Lilo's case, wake up,
Yeah.
have a cup of coffee, you don't even need to get out your pajamas,
Yeah.
sit at your desk
Yeah.
and do something that you love,
Yeah.
and then get up and be satisfied and make money from it,
Yeah.
right?
Anderson, one more time, where can people get in touch with you?
The trader desk at outlook.com.
Anderson, any final words for the audience? It is February 2026. Are you still adding to your buy and holds? Are you selling? You
Yep.
shorting? What are you doing?
So the buy and hold is still being added to on dips. I don't believe in chasing. I don't believe in hype. I don't believe in any of that. I like buying stocks on sale for buy and hold. I'm not going to sit here and profess I know when the bottom is in, none of that. But you buy stocks at a good price that you think is a good price,
Mhm.
and I don't dollar cost average, and a few people debate that, but dollar cost averaging is a beginner strategy,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Physically, it's a loser.
Yeah, because over time it's actually a loser because
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
I read the only time it makes sense is if you don't have the money.
Correct.
You make the money, do a purchase.
Yep.
Make the money, do a purchase. That's
Yeah.
You have no choice.
Correct.
At that point,
Right?
That's not really dollar cost average.
Yeah. But that strategy is actually, it's been proven that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I still add to the buy and hold. That's the backbone of the whole entire thing.
Mhm.
And I short the market. I go long the market.
That's your trading though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With options as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we're going to separate professional and retail.
Yeah.
Or professional and normal Anderson. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
I can do both. You can do it from your phone. You can do it with options. You can
The amateur stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I short the market. I go long the market. I sell premium, what is called premium on the market. So yeah, I go both long and short. I don't have a bias when I'm trading. You're there to make money in any direction.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you're a professional.
Even before I was a professional, I understood that the markets go up and down.
It's because you're good enough to do it.
Yeah. And I educated myself in learning that, right?
Anderson, thanks for doing this. So good catching up with you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'd like to shout out my beautiful wife, Marie. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for having my back. And I'd like to thank my top guys in my community that are crushing it right now. Shout out to Sid, shout out to Aman, shout out to Tanisha, and shout out to Jared. Those guys are crushing the markets right now using the strategies that I've taught them.
Yeah.
And they're regular, everyday people. And that's why I'm proud of them.
Are they from back home?
They're from here as well.
Oh.
And one of them is from back home. Antonio is from back home. So him as well. But the people that are here, it's as simple as one of those guys that I just called. He literally just bought, and this is so cool. It might be corny, but I thought it was so cool. He literally bought his wife for Christmas a washer and dryer set from the market. And this is a guy that works a normal chef job. So I just want to shout out them. Erwin, I want to shout you out because I would have never been able to even start this journey without you. And I know you say all the time, you go, oh, it's not me, it's not me. But if I never met you, if we've never had that conversation, if you weren't willing to open that door and give people a chance, I wouldn't be here today. That's the honest truth, because of what you brought to the table. And I will always be forever grateful. And that's why I continue to come on the show whenever you answer me. And it's always a pleasure catching up with you. So yeah, that's my story, and it was a pleasure being here.
Wonderful way to end the show. Thank you, Anderson.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, friends, that wraps up another episode of the Truth About Real Estate Investing show for Canadians. Hope you got as much out of this one as I did. Remember that whether you're just starting out or a seasoned investor, there's always something new to learn, and it's always about building that practical knowledge base that gets you closer to financial freedom. If you found value today, please do us a favor and leave us a review or a rating, share this episode with a friend, or better yet, join our community of real estate investors who are taking action and making moves. And hey, if there's a topic you want us to cover, or there's a certain guest you'd like us to have on the show, drop me a line. My DMs are open on social media. Reply to this email that this has arrived on. I'm not hard to find. You know, we're all about getting you the unfiltered truth to help you on your journey. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay smart, stay curious, and keep building that future. Catch you later.